Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Wednesday. Hope everybody's having a lovely week and ready for a nice mandala flow. We're going to mostly be focusing on the legs, but we're going to get just about everything. I've been doing these yoga flow classes live because the studios have been restricted. And thought some people still needed some yoga access when their studios were likewise restricted. So my name's Nancy. I've been a teacher for a while, 2008. And so thank you for joining me. If you have any questions during the live, please throw it in the comments and I can address it at the end. To begin, we are going to start in child. So I'm going to bring a bolster in for this one. Bolster comes between the knees. We're going to rest the chest. Sink the sit bones in toward the heels. Relax the shoulders. I'm going to flip my palms up. And we use the symbolism of the palms just to kind of make a little mental switch. Palms up means to bring in some energy. Palms down means to ground if you're feeling scattered. I think I'm going to draw in some energy today. So the chest is resting on the bolster, but the belly's nice and free between the thighs. So let's take some big, big belly breaths. And softening the belly so that the breath can stretch it out. And exhale to full emptiness by drawing the navel up and in toward the spine. Oh, my neighbors are active today. Okay, my friends who have their head turned to one side, let's go ahead and switch so that we can balance out the neck muscles. Now let's keep that deep belly breathing. Let's keep the mouth closed, in and out through the nose. Coming into the yin-yang of breathing. Softening on the inhale and contracting the navel in on the exhale. Not a huge clench of the abdomen, but enough to kind of activate, nudge all the breath out. Every breath is another strand in the rope bridge, connecting us to our center. That vanishing point of self that opens up into infinity. Okay, this is a vinyasa class, so we're going to start moving. So let's walk the hands in. Come to stack the spine to get the bolster out of the way. We're going to bring the knees together. Come back into our extended child. So let's sit bones to heels, elbows off the ground, stretch out the fingers. As we inhale, roll ourselves out into a knees plank. As we exhale, elbows bend backwards to lower us to the ground. Roll the shoulder heads away as we lift the heart. Exhale to lower down. Keep reaching back with the feet. Inhale to push up. Exhale to sit bones to heels. Inhale, roll out into plank. Knees plank. Exhale, lower. Inhale, our cobra. Exhale, lean the heart forward. Forehead taps. Inhale to push up. And exhale back down. Inhale, come up. Tuck the toes. As we exhale, we're coming into 8-point Dendasana. So chin and chest reach for the floor. Shoulders off the ground. Hips in the sky. And as we exhale, we're going to slide the hips forward to come onto the ground. And bring our elbows underneath our shoulders. Let's look forward. Let's press our heart forward. So actually drag our elbows backwards to pull our rib cage away from the hips. Reach back with the toes to find an opposition. We're going to inhale the right leg up and exhale it down. And as we exhale it down, we're going to just tuck the chin into that little notch at the bottom of the throat. Inhale to look up and lift the left leg up and back. And exhale down. Inhale, reach back, particularly with the ball or the big toe. Exhale. Left. On each side, you straight back and up. Trying to get more length than lift. Keeping the hip bone on the ground. And lower. Let's lower all the way. Hands come under the shoulder, or fingernails under the shoulders. Roll the shoulder heads away from the ground. Press on up to the knees. Exhale back to the heels. Big breath into the thighs. Next inhale, walk the hands. Oh no, next inhale, we're going to walk the hands over to the right. Once the right hand gets in line with the right hip, we stack the shoulders. Let's keep the left sit bone on the heel. Exhale to come down and walk the hands across. Stack the shoulders over here on the left side. Exhale to move. Walk the hands out as far away from the hips as you can in one breath. Inhale up. Exhale. And next time we come around to the right side, the hand is going to go past the foot and actually behind the hips. Lift up. As we stack the shoulders, we lift the hips in kind of a low side camel. Inhale here. Exhale, walk, walk, walk on your fingertips all the way around until the left hand comes behind the foot. Kind of in a diagonal. Sweep the right hand up and over. Look down at the left hand. Press the hips up. You're going to feel more over the right hip bone. Exhale, let's come back down to the center. Inhale, let's roll up onto the knees. Sit nice and tall. And as we inhale, we're going to reach the arms up. Exhale, we open out to the right side. Maybe we look back at the right thumb. Inhale to the side. Exhale up to the left. Arms parallel to the ground. Inhale. And next time we come over to the right side, we're going to pause. Look back at the thumb. Let's take the left hand to the outside of the right knee. Give us a little lever. See how much that adds, how much space that adds. And then we're going to sink the pinky side toward the ground. Maybe get the fingertips on the ground. Let's keep this right shoulder rolled open. Breathe into the sit bones. Let's inhale to rise. Exhale, we'll open out the other way. Establish a twist and then use the lever of the right hand on the outside of the knee. See if you can create more twist. And on the next exhale, pinky palm still face out to the left. And set the pinky side. I find my ring finger hits the ground before the pinky. Explore the twist with your breath. Let's inhale to rise. Exhale, hands come down to the center. Tuck the toes. Let's find our first down dog in the morning. Feel free to pedal, sway. Roll out the ankles from having sitting on them.
And we'll inhale the right leg up. Stack the hips. And then bend the knee on an exhale. Knees reaching up toward the sky. Maybe we can peek under the left armpit and see the right toes. So I'm not mirroring you right now. Actually, I should. Right leg lifts. All right, let's keep that knee bent. And as we inhale, we're going to roll, arc it forward to the outside of the right arm. Inhale to swing it straight up and back. And at the top of the inhale, we stack the hips and knee goes toward the sky. Exhale to come into our three-legged plank. Knee rides forward, making a big circle. Inhale to come up. Okay, this time as we come forward, that knee's going to come across and actually go over to the left elbow. And from there, it's going to kick out to the side. So I'm resting on the outer blade of the right foot. And I'm going to pivot on the left foot and reach up with the left arm. Lift the hips. And on an exhale, we're just going to come sit right on down and pull the right foot in. So we're facing the back of the mat now. Let's slide the left hand down the inside of the left leg. Reach overhead, take a side bend. Keep the shoulders nice and stacked. Inhale to rise. Square it up over the back of the mat in Janu Shavasana. We're going to exhale down toward that foot. As we inhale, we're going to sweep our hands up. Press into the top of the thigh to lift the heart. Exhale, sweep it down. Inhale to sweep up. Wake up the legs, highlights. Exhale down. Inhale up. Exhale. Let's take an extra inhale here. Reaching the crown of the head for the toes. And exhale to sink the heart. Walk the hands past the foot. And now on our next inhale, we're going to keep low, sweep around over the right knee until the right hand gets to the edge of the mat. And we're going to, to the back edge of the mat. And we're going to sweep that left hand, press the hips forward. And our mini wild thing. So try to reach the left fingertips as far away from the left toes as you can. Pressing the hips forward. Let's try not to collapse into our right hand or right shoulder. Let's keep lifting out of it. Okay. Let's see if we can float that left leg. Let's bend it. Let's reach back and get it. Kick into the hand. Keep spiraling the heart toward the sky. Keep pressing the hips toward the side. Okay, this left foot in our hand, we're going to release it. It's going to come all the way around. We're going to pivot on the right knee as that happens. Left foot's at the back of the mat or front of the mat. Tuck the back toes, lift the back leg. Inhale to offer the heart forward. Exhale to send the hips up and back. Inhale to come forward, drop the right knee. Exhale to slide the hips down. Inhale forward, tuck the toes, lift the knee. And exhale, our pyramid variation, lift the toes. We're still up on that back heel. Inhale, come forward, lower the right knee. Exhale, shift the hips back. Inhale, come forward, tuck the back toes, lift the back knee. Hang out here, find your balance. Let's reach back with the hands. And as we inhale, let's rise. And as we exhale, we're going to open out to the left. Keep the left hand in there. Inhale to sweep forward. Find press back into the right heel. And next time we make that we open out to the left. Let's take a breath here. And as we exhale, right hand comes even with the left foot. Reach up with the left hand. Still in a twist. Let's lower the back knee. Still lifting out of the right shoulder. Let's pick up the back foot and get it for a quad stretch. Now check in with this left knee. It wants to wing out. We're gonna hug it in toward the midline. things out a little bit, that's okay. But let's try to hug it into the midline and see what happens to the twist. I'll bring the chest to it. Maybe look back at that left thumb. And let's exhale that foot down. Let's circle the left hand around. And we're going to come onto our elbows in our pigeon pose. So let's walk, actually coming into pigeon, let's walk the hands out as far as they can go and then settle onto the elbows so that we keep long through the spine. Hug that knee in. Left knee is becoming your, or left shin is becoming your left shoulder's best friend. Now tuck the back toes, lift the back knee off the ground. Keep the hips nice and low. Now we're going to step it back with that left foot. If you can do it from here, go for it. If that's too much for the hips, come up onto the hands, step back into plank, lower down to the elbows. Let's interlace the fingers. Inhale to rock forward, over chin over the knuckles. Exhale to push back. Let's start to walk the feet in into our dolphin. Just pedal. Let's do a little dolphin pedal. Let's do it with the breath. So come up on the toes. And as we exhale, bend the left knee or bend the right knee, sink the left heel. Crown of the head is just grazing the ground, if anything, not resting. Exhale, sink the right heel, bend the left knee in. Up on both toes. Exhale, sink both heels. Lower the knees. Release the arms alongside the body. Take hold of the heels. Snuggle the forehead closer to the knees so that when we lift the hips, we roll right onto the crown of the head and we pull the shoulders. We're in rabbit. And it's a lovely stretch for the trapezius. And lower down. Reach the hands long. Tuck the toes. Up to down dog. And we're going to inhale the left leg up. Stack the hips. Bend the knee. Knee reaches up to the sky. Okay, we'll take a peek. See if we can peek at the toes. Wiggle the toes. And on our exhale, we're going to roll the knee around to the outside of the left leg. We inhale, we bring it straight up, open it up at the top of the inhale. And exhale to come forward. Grab the mat with your fingers. Grab the ground with your fingers. And some activation in the whole hand. Okay, this time when this knee comes around, it's going to skirt past the left arm and go over to the right. And then it's going to kick out on the outer blade of the left foot. We're going to start to pivot on the, so that the toes, the right toes point out to the left. And reach up. Oh, no, right toes point out to the right. And come into our revolved, a little revolved wild thing. Lift the hips. And all right, as we sweep around, we're going to sit facing the back of the mat. And let's curl in the left foot. So we're kind of oriented. It's not a straight joint. It's a kind of an open half dragonfly. We're going to slide the right hand along the inside of the right foot. Pull this left shoulder back so it can reach overhead. And breathe into our left rib cage. So the goal in this side bend over the leg is not necessarily getting to the foot. It's actually moving, trying to rotate the chest toward the sky. And let's inhale to come up. Let's square ourselves over the right leg. Let's bring our hands right up close to the hips. Press down on the top of the thigh to lift the heart. Exhale to sweep the hands down. Inhale to rise. Sit nice and tall. Use the hands to help the back muscles. Press the shoulders down as we lift the heart. And as we settle here for just an extra breath, we're going to look at the toes. We're going to come on up. We're going to take the left hand behind the hips in line with the leg, and we're going to sweep the right hand and press the hips out to the side. Try to get the right fingertips as far away from the right toes as humanly possible. Even if you have to scoop the toes away from them. Right arm stays close to the right ear. And let's balance ourselves out and make sure the hand is under the shoulder. So we can lift that right foot, bend it back, or reach back and get it. Pull the navel in, kick into the hand. So as the navel draws in and pulls the pubic bone toward the chin, stretching that thigh away. And let's release the leg. Yeah. This leg, the leg that keep it bent because it's going to come all the way around. We're going to pivot around. And then we have the right leg in a lunge. Tuck the back toe, lift. Inhale to offer the heart forward. Exhale to lift the hips. Pyramid variation. Inhale to rock forward, lower on the knee. Exhale, half Hanuman. Explore with your breath, not just the end points of each asana. All that space between. Okay, let's inhale in our high lunge. Find our balance, reach back with the fingers. Inhale to climb on up. Press back through the back heel, that's where all our balance is. And as we exhale, we open out to the left. Keep the right hand moving. As we lift up on the inhale, open on the exhale. Try to keep that back leg as straight as possible. And now as we exhale into our twist, let's pause here. And then as we exhale, we're going to lower the left hand under the shoulder. Keep reaching up with the right hand. Lower on the right knee. Sink the left hip. And if it's available, we're going to pick up the right foot and we're going to get it. Right hand. No, opposite. We're going to lift our left foot and get it with our right hand. Exhale that foot down, circle the arm around. Both hands on the inside of the right foot. Let's walk the hands forward until we come into our lizard pose. Hug the right knee in. tuck the back toe, try to keep the hips at the same level by just pressing through your heel to get the knee off the ground. Now we're going to come into our Dolphin Plank. So again, if you can transition from here, do so. If not, you can come up onto your hands and then lower down once you get in plank. Once you find your Dolphin Plank, swim forward on the toes. Exhale, press back into the heels. Walk the feet in. Okay, we're going to come into headstand from here. If headstand is part of your practice, let's make sure that the elbows are under the shoulders, under the shoulders and not winged out. So that space between the forearms, we're going to set the crown of the head. Walk the feet in some more. If you'd like, come up to a wall to assist you. If you're more comfortable with tripod headstand, then you can do that one too. Just walk the feet in. One heel to bum, other heel to bum. Knees come parallel or thighs come parallel. And lastly, feet come up. Breathe. And if you're so inclined, feel free to play. We're going to be here for about 6 more breaths. Stagger the knee. Straighten out the legs. And come up upside down split or stag. Let's go ahead and lower one leg. With the other leg. Knees together. Arms alongside the body. Forehead rests on the ground. Big breath into the thigh. Use that shining rope bridge with every breath. Okay, we're going to walk the hands forward. Activate the arms, elbows off the ground. And we'll come up to a down dog. And we're going to walk the feet into the hands to take a nice forward fold. We are going to use our blocks. Blocks are a good idea for this one, but not necessary. We want to come up so that the hands are underneath the shoulders with a flat back. So sometimes that might require a lift here with the blocks. So let's heel toe the feet so the bones of the big toes are touching, heels slightly separated. Let's bring the right hand in front of the right foot. And we're going to let's bring the left foot up to the sky. Toes point down. Okay. Right hand is lined up with the right toes. We're going to take this left hand, swing it back, and as it passes, we did this last week, stack the hip, pull the left hip up so the toes point out to the side. Okay. Hug the right hip in. We come into our half moon from below. Okay, on an exhale, let's bend into the right knee. And slowly lower that back foot so it stays pointed out to the side. And we're in Warrior 2. Pull the navel in. Roll the right hip under. So, okay, let's drop both fingers so they point straight down. Push down, push out with the tops of the wrists, with the backs of the wrists. Now we're going to flip the fingers up, palms face out. Let's push away with the base of the palms.
Relaxing the hands. Okay, on an inhale, let's straighten the leg, reach up. And we're going to turn to face the long edge of the mat. Toes turn inward. Just my butt for this. Okay. As we exhale, let's bow forward. Hands come under the shoulders. We're going to flip the palms, so the thumbs are pointing out and the fingers point back. And then we're going to walk the hands forward, or we're going to walk the hands through the legs as we come into our forward fold. Okay, my head is hitting the ground, so I'm going to scoop my feet in a bit because I want to have lots of lift in my spine. I want to be able to breathe extra space into my spine without foreshortening it on the mat. Keep the toes slightly pigeon toed. Keep the weight rolling to the outer blades and into the toes. Okay, let's bring the hands back in with the palms. Let's get a flat back. Exhale, hands to hips. Inhale to rise all the way up. That was not the flip I want to do. Let's keep the toes in, and we're going to come back hands under shoulders. There we go. Turn out. We're going to walk the hands around to the back of the mat and step to the back of the mat. There we go. Let's go ahead and hug the calves. Let's bring the forearms into the calves, fingertips at the heels. Let's allow that to pull the crown of the head toward the toes. Okay, let's inhale a flat back. And keep our back nice and flat. Let's bring the bones of the toes together. So more toward the midline. And we are going to inhale the right leg up. Okay, once we got our balance, we're going to take this right hand, sweep it up, lift the right hip as it passes, and then come on up to our half knee. Hug the left hip in. Soften the left knee. Come in for a warrior two landing. Once you've landed, let's reach out with the hand. Check in with the front knee. Okay, this time we're going to turn the left, let's reach the palms up to the sky. We're going to turn the left hand out to the left. The palm is still pushing forward. We're going to flip and turn the right fingers out to the left. So if I look back, I see my palm. Press with the left base of the palm. Press with the back of the wrist on the right hand. And then we're going to flip. So then this left hand's going to flip so I can see the palm. Back hand's going to flip out so I see the back of the hand. Press back with the base of the palm. Press forward with the top of the wrist. Yeah, back of the wrist. Inhale to straighten, reach up with both hands. And exhale, turn the toes in. I'm actually going to face you this time. Oh, don't turn the toes in, turn the toes out. Okay, turn the toes out and wide. As we exhale, we're going to come down to the right side. So the knee is pointing out toward the corner of the mat. Once we get down here, fingers tap. And we're going to crab walk over to the left side. Keep the hips nice and low. Crab walk over to the right. And over to the left. Some of you can fly. Once we get back over to the right, we're going to stay. We're going to take this right upper arm and connect it to the shoulder. And kind of keep our right hand over the heart, and we're going to reach up with the left hand. Almost like we're doing a dab. If it's available, we're going to take that right arm in, left arm around behind the back, and hook the fingers at about the right hip. Keep holding the left shoulder open. Okay, let's open up. Inhale. Exhale, we're going to crab walk or float over to the left side. It's going to float back over here to the right side. And next time we come over to the left, stay. Get the left shoulder in front of the left knee. Settle a hand over the heart. Sweep the right hand open. Our little yoga dab. I know dab is so 5 years ago. Okay, if you like to bind, left hand comes around the left shin, the right hand comes around behind the back, and we open the right shoulder and we hook the fingers. Let's open our wings. Let's come to the center, turn the toes in, and fold. Okay, let's get hands under shoulders. Bend the elbows backwards. Let's inhale a flat back. Stretching the hands. Heel toe, heel toe, heel toe, until the toes are pointing out and we can lower the hips into a deep squat. Release the hands. Press the hands together. Elbows pressing the knees wide, and we lift the heart. Hey, we might stay here today, or we're going to move into firefly. So let's lift the hips. And we're going to point the toes forward and walk the hands until the fingers are behind the heels. So the fingers point the same as the toes. The arms stay in line. So wrists, elbows, and shoulders are all together. Let's hug the shoulders with the knees. So that's the position. Okay, we're going to start to lower the hips. And we have a shelf. Our elbows create a shelf for the back of the thighs. Okay, feel that? All right, if it feels okay, then move on. We're going to sneak the feet together. If that feels okay, we're going to lift the foot. Maybe both feet. Maybe we cross the feet. Okay, so 2 things holding us up, the core for one, but also with our legs, the pressure against our arms, pushing back out with the arms, and the elbows. The elbows is just kind of like a help. If this feels good, maybe we extend the legs. Start our firefly and start to straighten the arms. Okay, shake out the wrists. Kiss the wrists and roll down. And here we are in wide-legged stance. Let's slide the left hand or the right hand down the inside of the right leg. Let's reach up with the left hand. Let's pull it behind us and actually circle it around. Lift up. Let's see if we can sneak our fingers on the hip. Keep that shoulder open. Use the right arm to kind of push against the leg and spiral the left shoulder. Keep the left sit bone pressing into that. And release the left hand. Let's come on up, rise. Exhale, let's come over to the side. Get our shoulders stacked. And we'll take the right hand, come around. Sneak, sneak, sneak. There it is. You can see him in the video. They're right here. Yeah. And then press against the inside of the leg. So rotate the right shoulder. Press into the ground with the right sit bone. Toes point up to the sky. And let's inhale on up. Just
a little release twist. Let's bring the left hand in front, right hand behind on tented fingers. Twist to the end of the mat. Inhale up to the center. Twist the other way. Open the left shoulder. Beautiful. We're gonna take this left foot, swing it all the way around to come into a half lotus over with the right leg extended. So take the blade of the left foot nice and into the hip. Like this. Yeah. Got to keep that ankle from collapsing. We don't want to have this sickled ankle. We want to keep it nice and strong. That might mean the knee floats. That's okay. And let's start to walk the hands over the extended leg. We really want to square ourselves up. Ideally, the heel is pressing into the lower abs. And that's what we're looking for. So breathe into the heel. Every inhale, we breathe into the heel, lengthen out through the crown of the head. Every exhale, we melt the center of the heart over the knee, over the thigh. Not in the center of the mat, in the center of the leg. Inhale, look at the toe. Exhale, sit up. We are going to set the left foot kind of in a tree at the knee level. Lean forward into the left so we can swing the right leg all the way around. Oh, and we're in pigeon. Okay, so set up your pigeon, square up the hips. If you find yourself leaning into the left side, stick a block underneath. So roll the shoulder heads back, lift the heart. And as we exhale, extend over the shin. The shin is more or less parallel to the top of the mat. If that's not working out, you can snuggle the left heel in toward the groin. Okay, my friends who are comfortable down here, let's stretch out the arms long, level out the shoulders, level out the armpits. The option to rest your forehead on your hands. Breathe long, breathe so long, it makes it to the sole of the right foot. So ready. Walk the hands in. We're gonna get the hands under the shoulders just so we can open the heart. And then we are gonna relax onto the left hip so that we can turn to face the other side of the mat, wide legs. Take a nice big inhale here. Exhale, forward fold. So walk the hands out. Every inhale, we go straight. Here, I'll flip around so you can see. Inhale to lengthen out the spine. Exhale to lean the heart forward. Inhale, stretch the spine out. Exhale, settle until you're settled. And your settling could be here. Settling could be here. Let's relax the shoulders wherever we are. Let's get heavier in our exhales. So we lengthen and expand in our inhales, and we sink, let go on our exhales. Every breath cycle's a complete yin-yang. Finish your exhale. Walk the hands in as we stack the spine until we come all the way up. Pull the heads back. Okay, this time we're going to take the right leg and sweep it over toward the the left and end up back at the back of the mat. So let's swing this guy over. Slide the blade, the outer blade of the right foot right into the hip crease if you can. Keep the ankle nice and strong. We don't want to sickle. Sit up nice and tall. And squaring ourselves up over the extended leg. The heel coming into our abs, our lower abs. Extend it out over the leg on the inhale and release into the hamstrings on the exhale. And the calves. Let's give the foot a little flex. And let's inhale over the toes. Let's exhale, come on up. Slide the right foot off the left. So the right foot is kind of level with the knee, so we can lean to the right, swing the left foot around, and come into the pigeon. Let's scoot the shin so it's parallel to the top of the mat. Walk the hands underneath the shoulders, roll the shoulder blades back. Lots of space for the heart, so we can extend it over the shin and release into our pigeon. Keep rolling the left hip in toward the ground. Reach long if that feels good. Or you can stack the fists, rest the forehead there. Find the place where you can breathe long and mindfully through the sensation, through the whirlwind of stretch, the whirlwind of discomfort. Creating the habit of whenever there's something like uncomfortable thoughts or uncomfortable emotions, we can do the same thing we do with our breath. We can breathe ourselves into a center of peace so that we can face the discomfort, so that we can be wise about the discomfort. Is this a discomfort of healing, or is this a discomfort of harming? The monkey mind is really good at pretending that healing discomfort is harmful. And so by breathing ourselves to a center, to a more sky mind or sage mind, and we can make wiser choices. Yeah, let's walk the hands in. Let's get the wrists under the shoulders to lift the heart. Big belly breath. And we're going to lean onto the right hip. Extend the right leg out. Come to face the long end of the mat. And bring the feet in. Soles of the feet together. Sit up nice and tall. Let's bend the elbows backwards. Lean the heart forward. And take a last seated pose here. We're not going to push down on our thighs. We are just going to use the muscles of the thighs to get the knees closer to the ground if they'll go. We're not going to use the lever of our hands. That could tear some things in the hips, in the sacrum. Okay, let's come on up. Let's pivot to the top of the mat. Give our knees a little hug, sit nice and tall. And as we exhale, curl the spine, forehead toward the knees, and tip on back. Relax the head, take each knee in each palm, and move the legs however feels best for release. And you might start to straighten them, circles, petals, bend and straighten, bend and straighten. Just take the time to feel what your body wants to do to release, release, release. And let's bring the knees in. Give them a squeeze, bring the forehead to the knees. And let's keep hold of the right one as we extend through the left leg. Pull the right knee in toward the heart. Or actually, toward the right side. I'm not mirroring you now. Toward the right side of your chest. Big belly breath. You can actually feel on the inside of your thigh. Flex the feet. And switch the hands to underneath the knee. And soften the toes and straighten the right leg. So just keep the hold behind the bottom of the thigh, just above the knee. Relax the shoulders, relax the elbows. Soften the knee. I want to try to keep the thigh as close to the ribs as we can. Just circle through the ankles. Wiggle the toes. And lastly, slide on up. Get the ankle, if it's there, or anywhere along the way. And the idea is to kind of pull the ankle away from the hips. Manually stretching that hamstring. So let's bend that knee, the right knee again. We're going to cross it over the body and come into a twist. And roll all the way to the outside of the left hip. Keep the right shoulder on the ground. If you look over the right shoulder, you can weight down the right knee or prop it up with the left hand. And let's come back to center. Hug the knee in. Let's bring the left knee to meet it. And then keep hold of the left knee. Extend the right leg. Let's flex both feet. Push the heels away. Feel the deep belly breathing against your left thigh. Soften the brow. Snuggle the chin in. Yeah, we're gonna take a hold behind the knee. Interlacing the fingers. Soften both feet and start to straighten the left leg. Just notice the difference in legs today. No expectation. At some point, you might have one leg that's a little more open than the other, and someday it'll just switch. I wasn't paying attention, and one day my right leg got more stretchy than my left. Make some circles with the ankles, wiggle the toes. Doing hamstrings this way is so good because it keeps your back flat. And let's slide the hands up toward the ankle. And then we actually pull the ankle away from the hip. Soften the chin. And then let's bend the left leg. Take the right hand to the outside of the knee. We'll draw it across the body to roll onto the outer left hip. Let's keep the left shoulder down. And either weight or prop the left knee. Sigh yourself into the stretch. Let the inhales breathe your left sit bone down toward your right heel. Let your exhales melt your right body into the ground. Bend your left shoulder. Exhale back to center. Let's bring both knees into the chest. Circle around the sacrum. Okay, we're going to do fish pose. And there's two ways to do fish pose. Either extend the legs long, get your hands under the sacrum and lift up. But some of us might be ready to do a lotus fish. So come into lotus. So just like we did with our half lotus, get the outer blade of the foot into the hip crease. Try to keep the ankles strong. And not to sickle the feet, the ankles. And we're gonna, either way, we're gonna sit on our hands or sit on our wrists and snuggle the elbows underneath the rib cage. Start to lower the knees. My friends who have legs straight, we're gonna press into the elbows. We're all sitting on our hands. Lift the heart. Press into the elbows to lift the heart. Release the head back. We want the crown of the head to make contact. So if for those of us in Lotus, if our knees are floating, just get them heavy. But we want the crown of the head to be resting. Breathe through the throat, through the heart, down to the belly. Press into the elbows to lift the head. Let's tuck the chin to the notch. And we're going to lower ourselves back down. My friends in Lotus, let's go ahead and just switch the legs. We're not going to do another fish, but let's just give a chance to switch the legs and hang out here for a minute. Hold hands to the knees. My friend's still working on Lotus. You can do half Lotus here. Release. Okay, however we want to release, because we're coming into shavasana. Shake out the legs. Sway the head, shake out the hands. No expectation. Just movement and play and release. We'll just do a quick 3-minute shavasana. If you feel like staying longer, please do so. In the interest of time with my video, I'll be here for 3. So set up your shavasana so you can really settle in. Let's do the whole thing. Let's bring the feet to the edges of the mat. Lean the knees in together. We'll press into the knees to lift the hips. Tuck the tailbone. Set the sacrum flat on the ground. And extend one leg. Extend the other leg. So there might be a little lift, but at least we start flat. Scoop the shoulder blades under the heart. Lift the head. Slide. Tuck the chin in to slide the top of the head or the back of the head to the top of the mat. Smooth out the back of the neck. Now sink into all the pressure points. More big clearing breaths, and then just release the breath. Let the breath just do its thing. Flow in, flow out. Taking care of a million things we're not even conscious of.
Gently linking us to life. And we do the same thing with thoughts. Let them flow in, let them flow out. If you find yourself trying to fixate on a particular thought, and just come back to the breath. Breath is neutral territory. Draw the next breath into the belly. Sigh it out. Start to move through the fingers and toes. Wrists and ankles, head. When you're feeling it, take a big stretch. Walk the feet in, curl onto one side. Make sure you're slightly flexed through the spine. A little gentle tuck to the chin. And let's make our way up to sitting. Find our comfortable seat. Once we got it, let's reach up and over with the hands. Exhale, draw down to the center line. And we'll seal the practice with an om. We'll echo with some shantis for peace. And so let's take a big inhale. Empty it out completely. Once it's empty, we're going to hold for 5. Inhale to begin. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. And exhale, gently tuck the chin. In reverence to the spirit of life and light that flows around us, flows through us, and shines within us. Namaste. Thank you so much for joining my live Flow Through Wednesdays. Should be going through the end of the summer. If you like any of these and you would like me to do an edited, finished video, I can do that. I take requests. Okay, have a beautiful rest of your week, and I hope to see you again. Bye.